Salutations, Supers. This is your fabulous leader, the Queen of Shade, coming at you with another special presentation. I have someone you need to meet. I have really been enjoying showcasing people whom I look up to and that others that look up to me. Social media, if it's not good for anything else, it's good for connecting the world around us. And it's good for connecting people to us that matter. Having said that, I would like to introduce to you, I have many, but this is mother, okay, to me. She birthed me from her heart. She has been supportive of me since day one. Our conversations are uplifting and outer body and otherworldly. And we are going to have a conversation for you today so that you can witness the power that happens between mother and daughter. I stand on her shoulders as a performer, and she paved the way, not just for me, but for many of us younger that are trying to make a name for ourselves out here in this queer world. Having said that, I would like to introduce to you my mother, whom I affectionately call the mother of queer rock and roll, Miss Cyndi Ambivalent.
Thank you. Hello.
Hi, Mom. Oh my God. How are you today?
I'm wonderful, wonderful. How are you, darling?
You know, my grandmother bugged me all day because she was like, you have to be on time. You have to make sure you get this interview. This is a very important interview because.
And then I show up 10 minutes late.
Well, no. You're allowed to show up 10 minutes late, but I had to be ready. I couldn't get the hair right. I couldn't get the outfit right. Look, I have on two outfits. I had on something underneath this. It had like gold chains. And then I threw this, then I threw this over top of it because I didn't want to be too exposed talking to mother. I didn't want to be too, I stand on your shoulders. I didn't want to be too, out there. So I covered up. So how are you today? Because we came here to celebrate and talk about you. Well, talk back and forth, but still.
I'm doing wonderful today. As I mentioned to you a while ago, I'm on vacation for after Christmas, and I'm enjoying it. It's nice, quiet, very serene. And I'm just enjoying the quiet time away from the quiet at home. Having a nice time. Everything is well here.
I'm so glad. How was your holiday visiting family? How was it?
Holiday was lovely. I never really appreciate my family until I go so long without seeing them. Mm-hmm. And even though I didn't get to see everyone, just seeing the ones that I did, that absolutely otherworldly. You never really appreciate those types of people until they're taken from you for so long. And oh my God, I just loved every moment of it.
I'm so glad to hear it. So we are going to start from the beginning, but not stay there.
All right.
Mother, where were you born? Where are you from?
Let's see. I was born in Nutbush, Tennessee, the same birthplace as the queen herself, Miss Tina Turner. I left Nutbush when I was maybe 2, and we settled in New Orleans, Louisiana. And I stayed there for a long, long time until Hurricane Katrina. And then I relocated to the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, and I've bounced back and forth between the three for the past some odd years.
Yes. So during that time, these people don't know, but I'm going to tell them. You have been, you are, and you will always be quite the entertainer and performer.
Yes, indeed.
When did the birth of Cyndi Ambivalent happen?
Well, I always say that all brands are eternal because the idea has been there for a long time. I believe that Cyndi Ambivalent was born in my grandfather's church. I sang choir, played the piano, all of those things. And it wasn't until we were performing at a non-local church and there was a secular recording manager there. And he mentioned to my mother at the time, who we were with, he said, this child needs to get their voice somewhere bigger than this little old church. And of course, my mother at the time, who was a holy roller through and through, she didn't want to hear that. Oh, my baby ain't singing nowhere other than the church. We gonna stay in the church, and that's final. You know, my mother was not willing to hear the shits and shenanigans from this man right here.
Right.
But as I aged, I decided to, I believe everybody's starting place should be the church, because that's the basis of a strong relationship with your faith. And a little bit of faith will take you farther than any car you can ever afford.
Yeah.
But I wasn't meant to stay in the church, simply because it's not that my identity wouldn't fit in the church. I wouldn't allow it to fit.
Mm-hmm.
I would not allow myself to fit into such a small space. I was not willing to, compress myself and fit into that little mold, because I'm a whole lot of woman, and a lot of people need to know that.
Yes.
So I decided to branch out, and I did. And one of the best decisions I ever made. Things may not have gone the way that I always wanted them to, but I don't have a single doubt, a single regret, or a single shortcoming when it comes to my career.
Yes. My God. So you stayed, so you stayed for so long, and then Cyndi Ambivalent was born. What people don't understand about artistry is that it gets better over time.
Yes,
It does.
yeah.
Like you said, it gets better over time. You've always been one to encourage me that even though I'm 39 years old, I'm just beginning. And it's, even after 20 years in the business, and it's just like, and I've even said to you, Mama, you need to come on back out here. And you're like, you know what? I could, and you're like, I could, but I'm waiting. And I'm like, okay, Mom. But I want them to understand the fire that you gave and you give on stage. I want them to hear about where you traveled and what you did. So let's start off with, we know where the birth of Cyndi Ambivalent happened, in the church, where the birth of the Queen of Shade, Bjorn Dufault, you know my real name, Bjorn Dufault, the Queen of Shade, was born in the church as well. And I followed in your footsteps. The church was too small to house this spirit. So I had to step on out as well. So I want you to give us just an illustration of what it was like putting that together for the road. Do you remember the first place you played?
The first place that I ever played that was not a church, I performed at, and I don't believe it's there anymore, but it was this little rundown juke joint that was converted into a swanky cabaret. And it was lovely. It was called the Old Miss Inn in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Yes.
And going out, I was so nervous because I knew what I wanted to do, but I'd never done it before.
Right.
And I'm in the dressing room and I have no perception of secular music or any of that. I didn't even know, I couldn't even spell secular that well, if I'm being honest with you. I didn't know where the C went, the L, none of that shit.
Right.
So I'm like, I can't do this. I don't think I can do. And I'm sitting in the dressing room, putting myself together. And all of a sudden, I started having a one-sided conversation with myself, but this side was not the one doing the talking.
Right.
So I was listening to an asymmetrical conversation with myself.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, you know what? Just because you can't do it or you don't think you can, doesn't mean you still can't have fun. Even if you fuck it up, at least enjoy it.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'm going to go out here and I'm going to give it 110%. And even if I don't do a damn good job, I came, I saw, and I conquered. And that's what matters to me. So I got all dressed up and I went out there. And the second I walked on stage, the crowd just lost their minds. They were loving the presentation and the confidence and the allure and all of that. And I'm like, wow, if people will lose their minds over just looking at me, wait till I get this microphone in my hand.
Yes.
And when I did, single-handedly, best performance I ever gave.
Wow. And I know that everyone can hear it, so I got to keep asking you questions. I usually don't. It's a conversation. But I gotta keep asking you questions because I know everybody can hear that sultry voice that you have, that soothing voice that you have. It's there, it's present. You gotta come out of retirement, Mom. You gotta come out of retirement. It's time. It's time. Your daughter needs you. I need you to come out here and show me how it's done. Come show me how it's done. Because I wasn't even thought of when you started, Mom. So come show me how it's done so I can have somebody to look at of this and say, you know what, I'm gonna, of this and say, oh,
That's
I'm
the
good.
important part.
Yes.
And that's also what pushed me to really get out there and really do it, because you saw people that looked like you and I doing it. But let's be real here. Who really gave a shit about Grace Jones?
Right. She had
Who
to
really
leave.
gave a damn about Lenny Kravitz?
Yeah.
Who really, after she left Ike, gave a fuck about Tina Turner?
Right. She had to leave.
Nobody.
Yeah.
And there's so many more, Jackie Shane, Sister Rosetta Tharpe, Little Richard, Ma Rainey.
Yeah.
So many others that just didn't fit the norm of
Right.
what colored music was supposed to be, and
Right.
they didn't want it. So I figured, I'm going to put myself in a position where my target audience has no choice but to accept and receive me.
Yeah.
Because, see, they took the more dignified route. They just rebranded their audience. And I did that eventually, but not initially. I
Yeah.
don't give a damn if you think this is normal or not. You're going to sit here and you're going to watch me do it and you're going to like it. Not only are you going to like it, you're going to enjoy it and you're going to pay me for it.
Yes.
And that's just that. And if you don't want to do that, you can fight me. I'm still going to be right here.
see, they don't understand that, Mom. They don't understand that prowess, I'll call it. That prowess. Like you were not playing any games,
You couldn't, because too many games were being played with me.
So you give the best performance of your life. It's the beginning of your career, but it's the best performance in your mind. And then what happens next?
From there, it snowballed into a beautiful experience that I wouldn't change. I performed for state officials.
Yes.
I performed for, higher quality events. I traveled all across the wherevers, and I crossed paths with some very interesting and loving, compassionate people that saw me as a young person starting out and were willing to give me a chance. And they saw my drive and my dedication and they helped me. And for that, I am forever grateful for those people. And I'm even grateful for the bigger names that saw me and thought very little of me. I'm grateful for that too, because there's nothing more humbling than somebody you look up to saying that you ain't shit. That has to be one of the most humbling things. That will knock you down a couple pegs or two.
Yeah.
But if you're not really about that life, it'll just sit you down permanently.
Yeah.
But for me, wow, this person that I look up to doesn't think that I'm really worth anything. Let me go ahead and surpass them.
Yep.
Let me go ahead and show you that not only am I fully capable of doing what I do, I'm capable of doing it better than you.
My grandmother, I used to fight her all the time because my grandmother has this saying, anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you. And Mom, I didn't think that way. I'm peace loving. I'm Libra. So I'm like, okay, it can be done, but maybe not in a non-violent way. And what I'm realizing, what we'll get to, because you gave me some very important information the other night after watching one of my videos. But what I've realized was, no, you got to have the fight in you. You can't peaceably walk by. You got to have the voice and the claws at the same time. And
And the reason for that is
yes,
because, see, I have that Libra spirit too. I don't like a
yeah,
bunch of fighting and confusion and whatnot.
right,
That doesn't mesh for me.
right.
However, it took me a long time to learn that peace is only peace to the people that perceive it that way.
Yeah,
Everybody else is going to look at it as you being a weak ass, punk ass bitch that
yeah,
is just letting them do and say whatever the hell they want to say to you.
yeah.
That's not me. That's not me.
Not me either.
And it's never gonna be me. I am too young and too old for you to be talking to me like that. I'm not saying we can't have exchange of words as long as you come correct, but for a lot of these people out here, I'm old enough to be your mama and your daddy. You're not
Yeah.
gonna talk to me like you ain't got no home training.
Mom, you got me rolling. I got to keep my composure here. So when do all of the costuming and the beading and the tassels and the dresses and the heels, when do those things enter in?
Oh, those were a part of my brand for as long as I can remember. I remember there was a time I got put out of my grandfather's church because I came to choir rehearsal in a little pair of kitten heels.
Oh,
I had always been in tune with all of this. This was
wow.
never anything I had to discover.
Right,
Nobody had to sit me down and explain this to me. It was just a
right,
part of who I was.
right.
Because, see, I'm a firm believer that whatever the good Lord has for you, He'll put it in your hands when the time is right.
Yeah. You know
And
what?
he put all of this in my hands at a very young age. So to me, it wasn't anything fancy. It wasn't for a gimmick or a costume or any of that. Hell, I thought the shit was cute, so I put it on.
But you and I both know though, you put it on, but it took you to Europe. It took you places that I haven't even been yet. I guess I'm trying to get at that, like on the road. Okay, so I'm gonna ask this question. On the road, did you find that you had to manage yourself, or did you have someone that you could trust to manage your career?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Let
See,
me put my
I'm
good
yeah,
glasses on
yeah,
to look
yeah,
at
mama.
you before I tell
Yeah,
you this one.
yeah, mama. Yeah, yeah,
Darling, I'm gonna let you know a little industry secret.
yes,
You could have an entire boardroom of people rallying around you.
yeah.
At the end of the day, you are always managing yourself.
Wow.
You will always be managing yourself because, in the grand scheme of things, those people that are rallying around you are not for you. They are for the money you're bringing to the table.
Yeah, yeah,
And that is completely fine. That is a business tactic. I expect you to be that way because if you weren't that way, I wouldn't have hired you. Because if you
right,
don't give a damn about money, you don't give a damn about me.
right.
However, because you don't give a damn about money, you don't give a damn about me, your main focus is the money.
Yeah,
I'm going to look out for my well-being. So
yeah,
you can handle the professional part of it to
yeah.
a certain extent. Because once your business ethics start to, overtake my well-being, now we have a problem.
Mm,
Now we have a problem because I'm not going to allow you to profit off of my discomfort. I'm not going to
mhm,
let you do that.
yeah,
But as long as we don't get to that point, I was perfectly fine having people manage me and, offer me critiques and, well, maybe you should do it this way or that way. And have you considered doing this and that? But over time, I learned that if you constantly shift your presentation based on what people have suggested or requested or detested from you, all of these different things, you're not really marketing authenticity,
mhm, mhm,
in a very subtle, passive aggressive, easily unnoticeable way. You're promoting that being controlled is trendy.
mm,
You're telling the people that, look, if I can do all of this by letting somebody tell me what to do, imagine what you could do by letting somebody tell you what to do. And nobody will ever say that Cyndi Ambivalent is responsible for them going home with massa. I'm not tolerating that.
I knew you were gonna say it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, people don't understand, and we've had these conversations. It takes so much to do this. It takes so much to do this. And that's why it's not just a conversation. I'm gleaning from you right now the way I glean from you all the time when we talk, because it's a jungle out here. It's a jungle, Mom. And you know this. I stand on your shoulders as an entertainer, but you were there first. You know how this is a jungle. I haven't performed for state officials or higher members of society yet. And I have this thing about me that I don't want to be a court jester. I'm not there to be a court jester. I want to live a life that is beyond, oh, entertain me. Oh, you're that queen of shade. Oh, quick, do something. I want to live beyond that. I want to be able to enjoy, honestly, a level of comfort that you enjoy. You do what you want when you want, how you want. If you want to perform, you do that. If you don't want to perform, you don't do that. And that's what I'm after.
And it takes some time to get, because there's an old saying, do something you love and you never have to work a day in your life.
Right.
I've always rejected that statement, because
Mhm.
anything that you do that benefits people that don't live in your house, that's
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
That is work. See, the trick is to not make it look like it takes a whole lot of effort.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to make the shit look as effortless and as simple as possible.
Right.
Nobody should see the craft and the hardship that works into that. That's impolite. If I want you to see my clean house, I don't want you to see my brooms and mops and whatnot and what I use to clean it, because that gives you an opportunity to try to do shit like me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And my birth certificate has one name on it, and that name belongs to me.
Yes, Mom. Yes.
That name belongs to me. My driver's license, my identification cards, my social security numbers, one name, and it belongs to me. That means there is nobody else on the face of this planet that can do what I do.
Yeah.
And for you to try would be extremely disrespectful to the both of us.
Yeah. And you're going to fail.
And you're going to.
Yeah. And you're going to fail.
So now you wrong and you're embarrassed.
Yeah. Wrong and embarrassed.
Just loud, wrong, and embarrassed.
Mama, I don't know why. And that's the thing. Like when I came to social media, like I've been in this business for 20 years already. And I'm just getting started. And it's like, I came to this whole agenda, this whole being, ready to share, ready to love, ready to be more than what people expected. What's the saying? You under promise and over deliver. I came ready to do all of that, and I got my ass handed to me. It was a conversation we were having the other night. I had to come out and tell my following, like, y'all just been gawking at me for 5.5 years. Y'all haven't patronized not one thing that I have created and constructed for your enjoyment. But at the same time, I want to add in now, but none of you bitches could do what I do. So like I was lost. I'm not gonna lie, I'm showing my hand here. I was very frustrated, Mom. I'm a little frustrated, because I'm like, I give you and you said this, and I corrected it in one of my interviews the other day. You said to me, after watching that New Year's resolution, is what I'm calling it, my monologue. You said, no, sweetie, you didn't give them your best. You gave them what you could give them at this point. But imagine if you have total autonomy and you reach a level where you can do what your mind's eye would see as your best. And that made me think, Mom. That made me think. I was like, she's absolutely right. I was like, this isn't my best. If I had what I wanted, or if I needed, if there were more things coming in, and they're coming, but if I had them, the display would be, oh my God, it would be luminous. The display.
It would.
Yeah.
And I listened to your monologue, and I listened to you airing out your frustrations, but I also listened with an analytic ear.
Yeah.
I knew that you were not being properly compensated for the efforts that you've put in. I
Yeah.
also knew that you continued to release content despite not being compensated. So in my mind, you gave the people what they paid for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Knowing the full scope of your creativity and your gift,
Yeah.
and knowing where the divine plans to take you and what he's going to do with you when you get there,
Yeah.
by comparison, you didn't give them anything at all.
Mm. Mm. Mom, you always do that to me. You always do that to me. Mm. Smack me in my soul. Hold on. In my soul, like just smack me in my soul, and it's what my soul needs. I'm like, oh, but it's true. It's true. It's true. And I'm just going to be very candid. I didn't want anybody waiting outside that couldn't get in. I wanted everybody in to see the joy that God gave me, the gift that God gave me.
Oh, in a perfect world, we all want that. We
Yeah,
all just want to be able to share the gifts with everybody. However,
yeah,
the Bible says, do not waste a pearl on a pig.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's so,
So
yeah,
biblically, you have to have people outside hating outside the club when they can't even get in. You have to have that.
yeah, yeah,
You have to.
yeah,
There were people that couldn't come and see Jesus
yeah,
because they didn't have the means to get there. Doesn't mean that his message wouldn't have gotten to them by circumventional means, but you're not going to get it straight from the source.
right. Wow. I remember I had a producer say to me, "You're the golden goose. Nobody gets to you." He said that to me 13 years ago. He said, "You're the golden goose. No one should get to you. No one should have access to you." And I spent my time trying to prove him wrong, Mom. I spent my time trying to prove him wrong. No, I can be this career woman in charge of my career and loving the people. Because I comment back to everybody, I acknowledge everybody. But I guess I'm not, I guess I forgot how to count. Because the dollars seem to be missing right now. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I'm counting the comments. Yeah, I'm counting the likes. I'm counting the views. I just seem to be missing the dollars right now. So
Mm-hmm.
I've had to reconfigure. And like, I literally, um, I don't know how you're going to feel about this, but tell me how you feel. I stopped doing the Queen of Shade. As far as inspirational videos, I completely stopped. I completely stopped. I was like, there are 22,000 of them, Mom. There are 22,000 of them. If somebody come to me and say, oh, I need help, I can go into my arsenal and pull one and chuck it at them. Here, let that help you. And keep going. And I didn't want to be like that.
Once your gift becomes a routine, such as a chore,
Yeah.
you're not really, it's not coming from a genuine place anymore. It's coming from a place of this is something that I have to do because that's just what I have to do. But let me follow up this decree that you've given me with a question. These 22,000 videos that you recorded, what did they do for you?
To be honest, Mom, they brought a lot of healing, a lot of balance, um, a lot of flavor, a lot of introspection. You know, I will always say, financially, maybe not, but as far as spiritually, they prepared me for the next level. Oh, they did.
Mhm.
Oh, they
They
did,
did.
Mom. Mom, they did.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
And I hope that that's something that you cling to for the rest of your days. However, do you know what else will bring you closer to the spiritual level?
What?
I mean, I am all for healing the children and
Right,
loving the children and
right,
being there for the children, but you
right,
cannot get to Paris by paying for it with, oh my God, you saved me. That
right.
they're not going to take that.
They're not
They're
going
not going to take that.
They're not gonna take that.
All that's gonna do is help you sleep well at night, but you're gonna
Right.
stay right where you at.
And you know, that's that, but mom, I'm glad that I have you on and we're having this conversation being recorded because that's what people like. I'm not the first one that this is happening to.
And you
Many
believe
of
me that?
us. Right. And the thing is, I've had so many entertainers come to me and say in private, they're not ready to come out and say the same thing, but in private, they like, you absolutely right. I ain't making no, like I got to rethink, I got to redo, I got to reconnect, I got to refine, I got to take a break, I got to, it's not just me. It's just that I'm the one that's finally saying like, enough is enough. I got to say something because I'm not going to keep performing for you guys and going broke.
Well, whenever you bring something that's not exactly positive to the public's attention, they always make it seem like it's just you.
Yeah.
Because how dare you try to charge them for a service you're providing? Who do you think you are? Some kind of businesswoman?
Right.
The hell you thought this was? But you think you some kind of entrepreneur and shit? They will handle you just like that. You think you some kind of motherfucking business bitch? Yes.
Yes.
That's exactly what
Yes. Yes, indeed.
that's exactly what I think.
But you know, I want to know what it was like to travel and be able to do your craft 100% and just live in the moment because you traveled a lot of places. You did a lot of things, you know,
It's
and
always nice to travel and go where you're wanted.
that's what I was asking for. Go
It's
where.
always nice to go where you're wanted because I learned from very early on with the presentation that I have and a
Mhm.
delivery that I give. People like this, we're not going to be happy with.
Okay, okay. Oh, mom, I thought it was just me. I thought it was just me. I'm like, all of the fallout is with this,
And
not
see, I
this.
hate to place stereotypes on my people because we've done so much and we've overcome so much. And with all of the bullshit going on outside, we really don't need to be fussing and arguing with each other in this house.
Right.
But since you want to keep showing off in this house, we're going to embarrass you in this house. So
Yeah.
let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Um, Black people are firm believers. See, this is where hypocrisy comes in. We believe that there's no such thing as being Black acting or sounding Black, or Black stereotypes don't apply to us until a
Mhm.
Black person does not fit into those stereotypes.
Mhm.
See, we say that when
Mhm.
the white people are listening, so
Mhm.
they'll stop doing it to us.
Mhm.
But when you find a Black person who does not speak in an accented manner or does not use African American vernacular English and uses standard English, you give them the side eye and you call them a coon and a sellout or an Uncle Tom, all types of other shit. Um, and I find it funny how y'all will disrespect a group of people and then not understand why they don't want to be around you.
Oh, mom. Oh,
They
mom.
gave Tina Turner all kinds of shit for doing rock music. Oh, she's a sellout. She's trying to be white and all this other shit. And she just moved to Europe with the white man and she doesn't want anything to do with us anymore. Fuck Tina. What did y'all do for Tina when she was getting her ass whooped over here?
Exactly.
What did y'all do for Tina when she
They
went
turned
solo
their
and her records
head.
weren't hitting?
They turned their heads, mom. They turned their heads. That's what they did. They turned their
So
head.
you
Oh, that's their
turned your head
business.
and you expect me to just stay here looking at the back of your head, just waiting for you to want to give me attention? No,
No.
because for every one person that doesn't pay attention to me, there are 12 that will.
It was always my agenda to leave, but it was never my agenda to leave with such frustration. Because what happens with our people is you go wherever you go, Switzerland, Germany, Prague, you know, France, Spain, wherever you go. And my friends that are celebrities there, they've said the same thing to me. You're going to come here. It's easier for you to perform here. It's easier for you to make money here. And then your people and your country is going to call for you to come back. I'm,
Every time.
I'm not coming back. For what? You
Every time.
had the jewel in your midst. And
And
this
you
is
didn't
what
want
you,
it.
exactly, this is what you did to her. And
And
what
you know
you
what that
didn't
comes from?
do. Tell me, mama.
That comes from selfishness. Remember when you were a child and you wouldn't even think about another toy until somebody else starts playing with it?
Yep.
How dare you take what belongs to me, even though I don't care about it very much?
Right. Right.
You cannot claim ownership of something that you don't give a shit about.
Yeah.
And me personally, I'm not going to beg nobody to pay attention to me.
Me either.
I'm not going to do that.
Nope.
I'm not going to beg anybody to pay attention to me. Not at my age. I am years old. I am not going to
Yes.
beg anybody
Yes.
to pay attention to me. Because y'all got the game backwards. I'm not supposed to be the one asking y'all for a motherfucking thing.
Right. You know what they
See,
should
I'm
do?
the type of person, I don't like to repeat myself.
Mm.
If I say something once, I said it when I said it, how I said it, and
Mhm.
that's just what it is. I'm not going to go back and repeat myself. I said what the fuck I said, and that's just that.
Yeah.
I'm only going to tell you one time what it is and what it's not.
Yeah.
If you continue to exhibit what it's not, I'm not going to assume you didn't understand. I'm going to assume you completely understood what I said and that everything you're doing is conscious and deliberate to piss me off.
Mm-hmm.
So to avoid that,
Mm-hmm.
I can't be over here with y'all no more.
Yeah.
We're going to go over here where they know how to follow fucking directions.
Yeah. Where they
What's the
understand
problem?
where they understand the assignment.
Over here, they didn't get the assignment yet.
They didn't. They didn't. Like, I'm so, and I gotta be honest, shame on me for thinking that a group of people that bullied me my entire life would suddenly embrace me and give me the freedom to heal from their abuse.
I believe that thinking that is perfectly reasonable and valid for a person of positive thought. You
Yeah.
know, everybody likes to believe that people will change.
Yeah.
Everybody likes to believe that, well, maybe if they see me doing good, then they won't have anything to talk about anymore. They'll create shit to talk about.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
will create shit to talk about. I'll never forget, Black people didn't care about me most of my career.
Mm.
To a certain extent, they still don't. This is the first interview I've given anyone in 6.5 years.
Mama, and you graced my platform. I'm like, whoo, all right. But see, what did I say? I stand on your shoulders, and once again, oh, I got goosebumps, mama. You're lending your brand to help me. This is what everybody else is not doing. And I'm talking about us.
Mm. But they have no problem watching other people do it.
Yeah.
For free.
Yeah.
Now, the only reason that I'm glad you haven't tried to monetize the interviews is because I want people to learn and observe and pay attention.
Yeah.
As far as everything else that your brand encompasses, I'm not going to help nobody for free. So the inspiration and the motivation and the mentoring, you should be charging for those. Music is not free to make. It shouldn't be free to listen to.
Right. Right.
Merchandise, I didn't steal this shit from them. You're not going to steal it from me.
Mama, my God.
However, I'm not going to charge you for learning. So I think the interviews should be what you have free access to. No one should try to charge you for learning.
Yeah. They're on YouTube. YouTube does
Mm-hmm.
monetize. But I mean, but I public access. Like that's but you know what's so funny? I'll be able to do that. It'll be more public access because I will return to the Queen of Shade to do the videos. But after I'm gonna make a shitload of money and I don't need anybody to tell me or give me or borrow or, once I've done that
Once you get
part,
to the point where you can afford to do free shit, do as
yes,
much free shit as your heart desires.
yes, yes, yes. Then I can return to, and even then, by that time, I'll have a social media guru saying, "Oh no, honey, you may want to do it for free, but we're gonna set this up to where it looks like it's for free." And
Mhm.
because I asked other influencers, I asked them, they have monetized platforms with Facebook and Instagram and everything else. And, people want you to do well, but not better than them. They see how hard I work and they see the level of mastery that I work at. I perform at a certain level. It is never lower. I'm not calling it excellence, but it is never lower than what I give. They can't say, "Oh, those videos today, the Queen of Shade, she was kind of tired. Oh, she dragged." They can't say that. I've
Oh, they
never,
could, but it wouldn't be true.
yeah. I gave them people 5 summers, 5 winters, 5 springs, 5 falls, and every holiday in between.
At
And I
what
couldn't.
cost?
Exactly. And my thing is this: I've been in therapy for 14 years. Yes, these videos have been cathartic for me and helped me heal, but I would have healed getting paid too.
Yes, you would have.
You
Yes, you would have. Do you know how many therapy visits you could have paid for by now?
Right.
Even if you don't want to go to therapy, do you know how much dick you could have bought to fuck yourself better by now? You could have bought a puppy. You could have bought 2 giraffes.
I
I don't even know who to call to check on a giraffe. You could have bought 2 giraffes and just been living the life right now.
You know what, Mom? I'm like, even though we're having this conversation and it is heavy because it's a lack of support, I am recording this because they're gonna be so sorry. They're gonna be so sorry, Mama. I opened my mouth. You always said the squeaky wheel gets the oil. The one that stands up and says, "This is not acceptable. You can't do this to me." What did the actress say and What's Love Got to Do with It? You only got to hit me once, Ike. I'm gone. I'm gone. Tina, Angela Bassett standing there, "Jackie, it's okay." "No, it's not." And she said, "It's not okay to let the motherfucker pound on you." And that's what's going on. It's abuse. It's
It
abuse.
is.
It is absolutely abuse.
But what they don't tell you about abuse, though it does have a long list of negative qualities, abuse builds character
Yes.
because it allows you to never let this happen again.
Never. Never as long as I live. I'm 39 now. I got a lot more living to do. Never again. Never again. And then get it. But the thing is, then when you get like I'm getting, then it's, "Oh, she's just a money whore. That's all she cares about is her money." Bitch, I gave you 5.5 years of free content. I wish somebody would.
They will.
But get it, that will be the day they get cursed out. That'll be the day. Put all the cameras on me. Because that will be the day, like Whoopi Goldberg said, "If you're going to show out," she said, "flip all the way out." That will be the day. That will be the, Mama, that will be the day. That will be the
I
day.
would do the same thing.
Yes!
And I just might charge you for it.
Right? I just might.
I just might charge you for it.
I know I will.
Sometimes you have to come out of a bag on people to get them to understand what you're saying, and that's okay.
And you know what's so funny? Mama, I really hate being like that because that's what I saw my whole life from my people. I saw an inability to evolve. And I wanted to show them how to evolve. And get it, I did. I remember starting this Queen of Shade thing. Grandmother's church hats, bald head, little bit of lipstick, sunglasses, nothing on my chest. Then we got jewelry, and now she's this.
A whole brand, trademarked and all.
Trademark, Mama, trademarked and all. Everything's copywritten. They can't even.
Trademarked, copyrighted, LLC, internationally recognized, covered in the London Examiner.
Mama, they can't even, do you know they can't even steal not one line from my Queen of Shade videos? Not one line out of 22,000 they can take. Not one. Not one. Why do I feel like crying? It's heavy. It's heavy, Mama. And I'm so glad I have you to talk to, and I'm not letting you go. We're going to sit here and we're going to talk. I scheduled my next interview at 5:30 because I wanted time with my mom. I wanted FaceTime with my mom because even my grandmother said it to me. Are you nervous about this interview? Because I hear when you're upstairs and she hears your voice giving me encouragement and saying those things that nobody will say, that you're saying to me. And she's like, are you nervous about this interview? And I told her, I was like, no, but I was. Because I'm like, this is mama now. This is mama. This is real mama. I'm standing on your shoulders. And it's just like, and she said, and just think, she gave you an interview and she didn't give him an interview. And I was like, yes. I said, she's come out to help me. Come out to help me. So let's move on. We got to talk more about you, Mama. We got to talk more about you.
All
So,
right.
yes. So you're traveling. Where's your most favorite place that you've been to perform? Where they want to?
Believe it or not, Miami, Florida.
Ooh, the hotels and things there.
Hotels and things, and you would be surprised how much Florida people love this right here.
Are you serious? You know what? You just jogged my memory. I was 19 years old. I was working at a video store. I was making $5.25 an hour. And this gorgeous Black man walked in and he said to me, I had twists in my hair. It was all my hair. It was short, but it was like a muffin top, but they were twists. And he looked at me and he said to me, he said, what are you doing up here? And I looked at him with my high voice and my femininity. And I looked at him, I wasn't ready to do this. So I said, excuse me, sir, did you need help with something? He said, no, baby, you need help. Yup. And I said, what do you mean? He said, you need to be in South Beach. That's what he said to me. You need to be in South Beach. Wow, Miami.
Miami, Florida. The people there were nothing but kind and receptive to every ounce of me.
Yeah.
I always make it my business to go back to Miami whenever I can.
Yeah.
And I plan, whenever I come out of retirement, that's the first place I'm going.
Yeah.
That is the first place I'm going.
Yeah.
That was the only place I went where they saw me as an actual individual and not just a spectacle.
Wow.
And I've gone everywhere.
Yeah.
But Miami, Florida.
Wow. You know what? I've heard other people say the same. I've heard other people say the same. They made it their business to shoot the famous movie Birdcage. They made it their business to shoot it there, to show that community.
Spent money they didn't have to go to Miami.
Yeah. Yeah.
They went outside the budget to make sure they could be in Miami.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. But he said to me, he said, you're in the wrong place. You need to be in Miami. And I was like, I was 19. I didn't know nothing about this. I didn't know nothing about this. I wasn't ready. I was still trying to wrap my head around your bipolar. You have PTSD. You have acute anxiety. I was right in the throes, fresh off a medical withdrawal, fresh out.
Trying to process all these big words they gave you.
Right. As I'm trying to right now, Mama. Right? Like, okay, all these big words. I'm this, I'm that, I'm this. Okay.
But what the hell am I not? Shit.
Right. To this day, today, there's superpowers. Because now, mania is, I'm type 1, so I have more mania. I got this energy. But I told my grandmother last night, I'm not trying to work like a dog for the rest of my life. I need ambiance. I need my chateau. I need, and I'm capable and worthy of it. And you know what? And that's another thing that doing all of this did for me. I got all the content. It's mine. I own it. I can do whatever I want. I was doing in the beginning, I told no one because they didn't get released, but I copyrighted 2 books. And they were like motivational books. And what I did was I took 150 of my sayings and put it in one book, and then 150 of my sayings and put it in another book. If I stick to 150 and I got 22,000 videos that are scripted, I'm gonna be putting out books forever.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, Mama, I don't have forever though. I'm being honest. I don't have forever.
I believe it was Dolly Parton who said, "Don't be so busy making a living that you forget to make a life."
Yes. Yes. I'm not trying to, and that's one thing that the public has failed to realize with my story. I'm tired, Mom. I'm tired. I want to be able to get paid. I want to be able to do something one time and get paid over and over and over and over and over again from it. That residual is what I'm after. That passive income is what I'm after. Cause a bitch is almost 40. All my counterparts running around, they 23, 24. Let them have it. Go on tour. I'm not trying to go on no tours, Mama. I'm not trying to go on no tour. No, no, no. I'm performing at the Moulin Rouge for a week. Come from around the world and see me. Like that's what I always wanted to maintain this presence online. I wanted to do this because, Mom, this is a safe space. This keeps me safe. This keeps me safe from their hatred, from their animosity, from their behavior, from their treatment. This keeps me safe. This is a boundary. And I was like, okay, but I got to go do some stuff offline now. I gotta go do some stuff offline.
It'll be the best stuff you've ever done in your life.
Yeah, Mama, you're right. You keep saying that to me.
Best stuff you've ever done in your life, because not only are you being paid for it, you're being paid in cash.
Yes. Yes.
There is something so fulfilling about somebody walking up on you and putting money in your hand.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, the automatic payments and this and that. Oh, that shit is cute. But when they walk up on you and put that shit right here,
yeah.
Oh, that'll make you do something. Oh,
yeah.
Lord.
I tickle you in places you ain't been tickled in a while.
Lord have mercy. That thing will just reach over there and just grab on you. Oh, my
yeah.
Lord.
Yeah.
Thing will swallow you whole if you let it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm telling you, Paris is where you need to be.
Yeah, Mama. I'm going. I was talking to my grandmother. We have rectified our situation. She still loves me. We had our arguments. We came back together. I was telling
Wonderful.
I was telling you about this. So get this, one of my friends, he lives in Lisbon, Portugal. And he told me, I think you should make a detour before France to Lisbon. And I'm like, why? He said, because if you become a citizen of Portugal, 28 other countries you then have access to, and France is one of them. I said,
Covers broader map.
See? And my grandmother said to me, see? She said, see? God will put in your path who and what you need and what you need to know. I said, okay. And then he told me
what you could get done in those other 28 countries.
What? What? Germany, Switzerland, France, London. What? Mama, I'm not trying to come back.
You set it up right, you won't have to.
Yeah, right. I love how you said that. If you set it up right, you won't have to. No.
Not have to.
No. So what was your favorite song to perform?
Ooh, my favorite song to perform is actually a cover, Proud Mary.
Ooh, you did the whole routine, didn't you?
The whole routine.
Oh my God.
Something about that song will just make you feel good.
Yeah. It's not too far from your Baptist roots either. So running around.
And I never strayed too far from my Baptist roots. I am known to perform a gospel song or two.
Right.
There are quite a couple in my discography.
Yeah.
But for the most part, because I'm a very versatile performer, I'll perform anything I like it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
As long as I like it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
important because you're not gonna make me do nothing I don't want to do.
Right. Mm,
As
mm.
long as I like it, I will perform it. Because I don't ever want to. I feel like if you try to put all your energy into something you don't enjoy, you're gonna purposely fuck it up because you don't want to do it anyway.
But you don't want to do it. Ding, ding, ding. There you go with that wisdom again. There you go with
You're
that.
gonna purposely half-ass it because you like, I don't want to do this shit anyway. I don't
Yeah.
give a fuck how it is. Let me just step here.
Yeah.
Like I didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be that girl. So I didn't. I didn't allow myself to be that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I perform what I enjoy, so that way it's not necessarily a performance because a performance requires work and effort and labor and shit. That is fun for me. This is a joy to do.
Yeah. Did you perform with a band or was it tracks? How did you set up your musical numbers?
Oh, I'm old school. We had live bands,
Really?
live bands, dancers, all of that. I'm old school. I don't know nothing about all these buttons and click tracks and shit. Get me some real people with real instruments, and y'all go back here. I'm gonna be right here.
Oh my, so you are real, yeah, mama, real performance. That's real performance. Woo, that's real. Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna be doing that, mama. I'm gonna be like, look here now. Look here now. My knees ain't what they used to be. Somebody hit that button. No.
I can get a nice floor length gown and stand right here with this microphone.
Yes.
That's about it.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
People are paying for that.
Yes. Classy.
Adele has a residency right now.
Yes.
She's never been known for a lot of dancing and moving around.
Right. That class, that true class where you stand there and the gown gives them all that they need, you know? Yeah.
And I wish we had more performers like that.
Yeah.
I want to see more performers where seeing them move around is rare and even more appreciated, like Aretha, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
Adele, and all of the things. Give us the ones that just know how to project.
Yeah. You know who also is really good? Jennifer Hudson. She's really
Jennifer.
good. Yeah, she's really good at that. She knows how to stand and give you what you paid for.
And my favorite, the original Jennifer Hudson, Jennifer Holiday.
Holiday. Yeah, that woman. That woman.
That woman could sing the knobs off the door.
Right?
Mm.
Oh my God. And you were performing in that era, weren't you?
Roughly,
Roughly.
roughly,
We had
somewhere.
we had a little known performer from Philadelphia. Little known, just a little known performer by the name of Phyllis Hyman.
Don't think I've heard of her.
Right? You know, just a little known performer. Meet me on the
Just
moon.
by a couple people that down the street,
You know, just a little, and she was standing there and she was singing them songs with that sultry voice and those hats and them suits, them double-breasted suits, and child.
Hair and the shoulder pads, my lord.
Yes, the shoulder pads could touch God. Okay. Yeah, and she was saying, oh, oh,
That's what my issue is with the music industry today. It's all
yeah,
about getting you to look at something and keep
yeah,
your eye. Like,
yeah,
yeah, you can look at it and you can see it, but what are you feeling from it?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I want to give you something that you can feel and that you're going to
yeah,
take home.
yeah,
If you just look at me, you're going to forget what the hell I look like by the time you go home, but you're not going to forget how this song made you feel.
yes. And mama, I've got some plans. I've got some plans. You know, my voice is so high, being countertenor, mezzo soprano. I've got some plans to wear some feathers in my hair. And, you know, come on, the Victoria's Secret angels ain't the only ones that can have wings. Come on now. You know, like to give you and stand there and just, we used to say it in the phone sex industry, emote. Emote so he can feel you. Emote because he can't see you. Emote.
You got exactly.
Yeah,
When the people can't see you, you got to work double time now
yeah, yeah,
because everything that they're perceiving is based on their imagination. Put a
yeah,
good picture in man's mind.
yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, mama. Mm, 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 mm. So tell me, where was your favorite place to go outside of the country?
You know, I can't say that I have a favorite because everywhere contributes something so different to the psyche. Everywhere you go, you take a little piece of heaven with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you can't equally divide greatness into sections and pick a favorite.
Right. Right.
The entire world is my favorite place that I've traveled.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm glad that I traveled the journey to wake up this morning and every other morning.
Yeah.
Just everywhere is beautiful, everywhere is exciting. It's always exciting to me because my country ass ain't been no damn where. Everything is exciting. It's big and it's shiny and it's loud. We didn't have no shit like that.
Right.
So everything is exciting. It's just so much fun to just go and be and do and see and hear and oh my goodness, everything.
Yeah.
Everything, everywhere, every time.
Yeah. Oh my God. You know what I think I'm going to do too? I think I'm going to do my sound checks in front of the audience.
Mm.
Like I have little things that I want to do that are different. I'm going to do my sound check right in front of the audience. Say, now, what
I used to do that.
Yeah. Oh, really? Okay. I didn't know that. Okay. So let them know.
I feel like that makes you more palatable for them. It makes you look like a real person,
Okay.
Like you want to give them perfection, but realistic perfection.
Yeah.
They know that they know you didn't get this shit right on the first try, so don't even try to hide it.
Right. Okay. I want them to know we never talked about that before. I just pulled that out. That was just there. I saw it in my mind's eye. I said it. Didn't even
because I want them to know that it's not about the journey, it's about the destination. Oh, we gonna get there, we gonna have a good time doing it.
Yeah.
Here's how we did it.
Yeah.
I want you to see the full experience when
Yeah.
you come to see me.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God.
Only thing you're not gonna see is hair and makeup because you don't need to know what's up under here, but that's fine. That's fine.
That's all right,
Not your business. You didn't pay for that.
What they say, there are a couple of things a couple of discretions we have earned.
And that's one of them. I'm not even gonna say you can't afford it because I'm not gonna charge nobody. That's mine. Mm-mm.
Oh God. So Mama, what's your New Year's resolution? Because it's 2022. What's your New Year's resolution?
Let me see. New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
To have a better understanding of myself
Mm-hmm.
through the eyes of others.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that is if you understand how people perceive you,
Mm-hmm.
it gives you a better handle on how to weed out the people that really are not for you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How you see me matters. We're taught as children, oh, the opinions of others don't really matter. And to an extent, that is true. But in a grand scheme of things, how people feel about you does matter because if you allow it to, it can determine how you feel about you.
Yeah.
It matters. So I strive to have a better understanding of the world in general and of myself through a different set of lenses.
Yeah.
Just to see where I'm at, what's going on, and if something needs to be done differently, let's figure it out so we can do it right now.
Right. See, you have that, let's work on it right now. Let's do it. That's the sign of any true performer, any true perfectionist.
And that conflicts with my Libra energy so hard because I was a punctual performer. If this is a problem right now, we're gonna do it right now.
Right.
But the Libra side of me wants to do it when I get good and ready.
Okay.
I'll do it when I get to it, when I feel like it.
Yeah.
It's not like it's going anywhere.
Right.
But on the other side, it is going somewhere. We're getting rid of it because we're fixing it right now.
Right. Right.
That's an internal struggle that I had with performing, relationships, everything. It's always been something that I've had to work with and work through.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping to get a better handle on that too, hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah. I was going to say, that is That is so true. Like, because my work ethic is not very Libra-esque. Like where what I have is not very, Libras, we like ambiance and we like to take our time and things like that. This damn demon on my back that says work, 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 work. That
Hmm.
it has, but I really do enjoy everything that I do. I do. I do. And I've even heard you say that to me. Well, if you enjoyed it, then you got what you needed to get from it. Yeah, you got what you needed to get from it. But they still need to come on with this. But yeah, but like, yeah,
Because that's also what you need to get from it.
yeah, yeah. Like I had an interview yesterday with a very well-known educator. His name is Conscious Lee. And he was like, listen, like we all deserve to be paid for what we do. And he was like, he was like, for one video, you can spend 5 hours on trying to get it right, trying to get this content, trying to get that. Well, and I understood what he was saying, but for me, they happen in real time. I literally hit that button, right? All right, got the script, boom. I used to tape them up. I got better at memorizing what I was writing. I used to tape them up to my light and be like, oh, and read. Not anymore. I write it. Okay, this is what I need to cover. This is that, and the other. And I've been doing it for 5 years. So it's like, okay, if I
Hmm.
have, so okay, I got this. I need to hit this word, and this word, and then I'm ready. But I at the same time, it made me better for Europe. It made me better for Europe. When I go, they're not getting a lazy American. They're not getting a lazy American. They're going to be shocked at my work ethic because I'm not going to be trying to just bask in the ambiance. I'll bask in the ambiance when my days are off, when I'm off, you know?
And that be too frequently.
Yeah, right. Because they like, we need you. Come on. My one friend there, he always says, when you come here, they're going to pay you not to leave.
Hmm.
Yeah. And that's what I'm counting on. Pay me not to leave. Pay me to stay. So, oh my God, Mama. I am sitting here with you like this because this is how we sit on the phone. Like, this is what we do on the phone. I know people are like, well, damn, she ain't asking no questions. I'm like, no, this is my mom. Y'all don't understand. Like, I'm just basking in the ambiance and the presence of my mama. I'm like, listen, no, listen. You dropped a lot of jewels in this segment because you have so many. You have so many.
There's a lot of learning here. Even though a direct question wasn't asked, doesn't mean
Right,
7 weren't answered.
right, right, right. So let's go back. I want to take you back because we've talked about your traveling. Are you an only child?
Oh, Lord, no. I am the youngest of, let's see,
Wow.
15 children.
Woo! They call it nut bush.
Mm.
Oh, nut bush.
Fortunately, we were a little split because a little bit of backstory about my life. I was born to my parents.
Okay.
My mother and father separated when I was around 4 years old.
Okay.
So I stayed with my mother, my sister, and our 2 brothers. So that's the first 3.
Okay.
The remainder of them come from my mother worked 3 full-time jobs to provide for us. So as a result, we didn't see too much of mama.
Okay.
And my siblings were older, so they could more or less provide for themselves. I
Right.
was the baby. I couldn't.
Right.
So we had a family of neighbors across the way. They were a white family with a bunch of
Mm-hmm.
children.
Mm-hmm.
So my mother deemed it acceptable for me to spend time with them, and they informally adopted me as one of their own,
Mm-hmm.
raised me as their own, have
Mm-hmm.
always encouraged my brand and my lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the bulk of my brothers and sisters come from. But in total, there's a lot of us.
Wow. And they encouraged you, Mom.
They always did.
Wow. They encouraged you. Did you have days where you were getting ready to perform and you were leaving the house and you were all done up and they're looking at you like, yes, over time?
All the time. They
Over
were always so supportive of everything I did. My mother, especially, both of my mothers, really. Um, they always encouraged individuality.
time. Hmm.
And I like to think I embody being yourself
Yeah,
pretty well.
yeah, you do.
So every time I go on stage, I'm not going by myself. I'm bringing everyone with me who has ever encouraged me and, you know, fed into my individuality to get me to this point. Y'all are along for the ride too.
Right, right, right. I don't know why I see you having like a convertible, cars. I don't know why I see you with a top down and just letting the wind blow through your hair and
I
you
am an old school woman to the T. I prefer the Cadillacs with the wings on the back.
yes,
Oh,
yes.
those are my
Nice, 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 nice. So I don't really want to talk about it, but I just want to touch it. Love, do you find with your career that it was difficult to find the time to have a partner that would understand your traveling, your performance, or do you find that you were able to find, you know, partners? Because for me, mom, I ain't looking. I ain't looking. I'm not, mom. I'm actually not interested. I'm not interested at all. Mm-mm.
for me. When I wasn't ready to have one, I didn't have the time.
Mm-hmm.
But when the good Lord saw fit for me to share time and space with people,
Mm-hmm.
He made the time,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and the time was lovely. Now, were they all necessarily peaceful or amicable? No, they were
Okay.
not.
Okay.
But they always started that way. And I always try to cling to the good memories.
Yeah.
The first man I was ever in a serious romance with, he was a good man in the beginning. He was good to me. And I really wish I hadn't hit him with that flower pot. But
Whoa!
hey, really wish he didn't have to make me go there with him because he was a good man up until we had to get that flower pot. He was a good man until then. For some reason, after that, he didn't want to be bothered with me no more. So we went our separate ways. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he didn't like that I hit him. I
Oh
don't
no,
know
man. You
what
don't
happened.
know.
But anyway,
You don't know what happened.
the shit out of that. No idea.
The flower pot
But
has something to do with it, mom. The flower pot.
it couldn't have. Oh no. But what I learned about love is that even the good ones and the bad ones, you learn from all of them. And those are lessons that I've taken and carried with me all of my life. So all the men that I've ever crossed paths with, whether they treated me good or bad, they contributed to who and what I am today. And for that, I thank them.
Yeah.
I believe that love is however complex of an emotion as you need it to be in your frame of existence.
Yeah.
You know, if you're the type of person where you can handle a simple kind of love, because see, I'd much rather have love that I can work for, because
Okay.
then I feel like I deserve it. I don't want you to love me for not doing anything.
Okay.
I'm the type of person, everything that I have, I worked for, and that includes interactions with other people.
Yeah.
Everything that I have, I worked my ass off for it.
Yeah.
And that includes the love and the consideration and the adoration from other people.
Yeah.
Once I feel like I'm at a point where I've earned that, then I'm ready to receive it.
Yeah. I don't know what has happened to your daughter, mama, because my attitude is that I'm not like I've been saying this lately. I've been telling everybody, I've never had a boyfriend. We've talked about this. I've never had a boyfriend. I've had many arrangements, and that was that. But at this stage, with me being so career oriented. Like my nephew looked at me like yesterday, he just shook his head. He said, Uncle BJ, you are crazy. Because he was like, you have to date. He was like, you'll date. And I was like, I don't want to date. I just want the sex. Now, mind you, he's 20. He's 20. So, you know, they young, dumb, and full of cum. He looked at me like, oh no.
Uh-huh.
He looked at me like, oh no, you need Jesus. How you gonna just say that out loud? You should have heard him. You should have seen him. He was like, how you just gonna
Hey,
say that? How you just gonna say that? I'm like, listen, I
when
don't
you get
know.
past a certain age, you want things as simplified as possible. That's all
Especially
these
when
men
you
would
do
want from
all
you
that we
anyway.
do. Especially when you do all that we do.
That's all that these men would want from you anyway. You're just cutting out a bunch of the fluff and filler. I do believe that there's someone for everyone. I know that's an age-old thing, but I do believe that there's someone for everyone. I do believe that there's a man out there somewhere for you. He may not have even been born
May
yet,
he
but
rest
he's
in
out there
peace.
somewhere.
May he rest in peace.
He might already be dead, but he was here at one point in time.
May he rest in peace. May we cherish his memory, the memory I never knew.
Every last one of them. You
All
know, he
right.
could already be gone. He might not be born yet. You might just not know it. But there's somebody out here
Oh God,
that's
let's hope
willing
he's
to.
born, Mama. Let's hope he's born.
I don't know. The young ones are popping these days, I
Yeah,
hear.
the young ones are popping. Yeah, the ones over 18 are popping.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. You know, and I see, because it's not like you're a stranger to talking to a man.
Right.
That's certainly not going to be the problem here.
Right.
It's just a matter of, are you going to be at a point where you're willing to not necessarily give up your time or compromise?
Right.
Because I don't believe relationships should be compromised. You
Okay,
should
come
see
on,
each
Eartha
other
Kitt.
as a whole.
Yep.
This is what I am. This is what you are. Are
Yep.
we willing to put them together?
Yep.
If we're not, then we won't.
Yep.
I believe that you'll find someone who you are willing to shift those things around for and willing to, well, maybe I don't need to go over here today. Maybe I could spend a little bit more time over here with this man just to see what's going on. You know, once you have somebody in your life that will make you really question yourself and really in a good way question yourself and reevaluate things, maybe I am okay with this idea. Maybe I am all right with this. Maybe I am. Once you have someone who challenges every thought you've ever had in your entire life,
Oh
that's how you know
wow.
you got the one.
Yeah. Yeah. Because my attitude is I'm too big. I'm big. Like I don't, Mama. This is what I love to do. Mind you, I started my YouTube a month and 10 days ago. I got 98 interviews and a shitload more scheduled. This is what I love to do. This is what I love to do. So I'm like, and my thing is, I learned very early from paying attention. That's the Libra thing. We pay attention. Like I learned that celebrity marriages and celebrity unions just don't last. And then I
They're
hate
so publicized.
But then I don't want people trying to run around to find out who I'm with. And
Oh, I love that. There is nothing more satisfying than telling somebody no.
oh wow.
I'm telling you, there is nothing more satisfying than telling somebody to mind their business.
Yeah.
See, I'm the type of person, I could have had a husband, murdered him, and he could be standing in this corner right here.
You'd never know.
You never know. Because we're not looking over here. We be right here.
Right
here. Everything in this box right here.
Right. The safe space.
Everything that you can see in this box. What we're talking.
Yep. The boundary. Yep.
Exactly. Stay in this box right here.
Yeah. It's just that I don't like. I was taught when I went to a small modeling school before I got into the industry called Barbizon. And Barbizon, I remember my instructor telling all of us, he walked in, he said, you guys want to be really like working models? And we were like, yes. He was like, you have to get rid of your significant other because they're not going to understand the demand, the admiration that you get from other people, all the attention and your constant demand, like you traveling. And I was like, And I was 19 when he told me that. I was 19. And I mean, I had times in my life where I wasn't really pushing for my career. I was just trying to live, working a normal job. And the men just,
They don't meet standards.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, because you're not the type of person where any man will do. It takes a special kind of man in order to even catch your attention. And I've noticed that in all aspects of your life. You don't interview just any old kind of man.
The queen will not have an audience with any old kind of man.
And judging by the tone and conversations, there are some other things you wouldn't have with any old kind of man in your life.
You pulling my card, mama. You pulling my
I pays attention. I pays attention. So a type is definitely had.
Yes, I have a type.
Definitely had. Definitely had. And that's all right. That's all right. You're 39 years old. You've earned the right to type.
Yes.
We're past that stage of trial and error because you don't know no better. And you're trying to find your...
One to finesse the mare, the other finesse the stallion. Now you got no.
We're way past that.
Yeah.
You know what you like, where you like to have it from, and what you like it to do for you.
I sound like an airline. It's so true though, mama. You're telling the truth. You're telling the truth. You're telling the truth.
And I think that a lot of the reason why you might be single is because there are men on your caliber that meet your standards, but they're intimidating to you.
Yes, and I don't have no time for a man intimidated by me. Like I
don't want no weak ass man.
I wasn't trying to say it. I wasn't trying to say it. Let me. All right, let me say it. You can be weak. You can be meek, but you have to exercise bravery when you come. I am not a bear. I'm not going to bite you, but I need you to also understand. I need you to go back and listen because there are certain things that I want and that I don't want. I'm not
going to bite you, but I want you to at least try to bite me. I don't want no weak, punk ass nigga trying to walk up on me saying anything. Don't even insult me like that. Like, what did I do to you to make you think that this was acceptable? I thought we was cool, sir.
No. No, but you know what I do? I intimidate a lot of men.
And you should.
Yeah, but you know what? It's always been a safety mechanism. I never really wanted to do that. It's kept the bad ones away because they won't talk to me because they know, especially with all these gifts, oracle, prophet, seer, shaman. They like, oh, this bitch can see me coming. I'm like,
Can see you going too.
I know who you're laying down with too. And it ain't me.
Ain't nobody that lives in this house.
Right?
It is not anybody that receives mail at this address.
Okay, mama. Okay. All right.
But the thing about keeping the bad ones out is, how do you really know they're the bad ones?
That's a good question. It's not really that they're bad. It's just that they want. See, my thing is this. I don't like, you're making me get serious. I don't like when a man comes into my life and tries to divert my attention. You need to know who you are so that I look and you see the double take. If you see the double take, okay. But I don't like when I'm at, because some people, they always talk about, I have an addictive personality, mama. And I get that. My mother did drugs, my father, mental illness, et cetera, et cetera. So I had to learn in my 14 years of therapy, almost 15 now, that you have to replace those addictions with good addictions. So my addictions today are my music, my work, working out. So those are the things that I do. So my thing is, if a man comes to me and thinks that an afternoon getting away from my work is going to be what's good, it's not going to be good. He doesn't know me. He doesn't know me because I'm going to sit there the whole time thinking about what I could be doing at work.
Fiending for your addiction.
Yes, fiending for my... All right, mom, I'm about to be real candid. Now, if a man, my type, notices or wants to get my attention and he walks into my studio where I'm working naked, I can work and play at the same time.
Now we can work something out.
Now we can work something out.
And out.
Now we
and
can
in,
work something.
and out and in.
Yeah. Now we can let the pendulum
Now we
swing a
can
little
have a
bit.
conversation because now you're
Yes.
willing to. Because now
Because
you
now
see,
you
I
know
don't want
me.
somebody to try to stand in
Yes.
front of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
If you can keep up to the pace of what I'm
Yeah.
doing, that's even
Yeah.
better.
Yeah. You walk in there like, oh, and don't even say nothing. You just
Don't
say
even
like,
say anything.
yeah, just walk in and just be like, what you doing? And then I'm like,
I don't know.
that's how it starts. That's how it starts. It's like, oh, well, I was, but I'm not. And then I write
apparently
in my book.
I'm doing something else.
And then I write in my book. I'm being smart. Then I write in my book, 2-minute break.
Because it won't take long at all.
Right. It won't take long.
And there are men out here that are willing to do that and willing to go alongside your passions. But the problem is everybody keeps taking them.
Yeah, but you know what? But that's my thing. I'm happy that they're being taken, though. I want them to, because mama, the one thing I don't want is somebody else's man. Oh, mama, that's the one thing. That'll get you. No, that's what I don't want. Nope. That's what I don't want. That's why I keep telling all these men, no, baby, I'm just going to call the escort service. Because I'm like, I don't want nobody else's man. I don't want nobody else's man. That's
the escort service, I paid for this man. So I know for a fact he belongs.
Yeah. Like, no, I don't want nobody. And that's the thing. And it's good. Yeah, it's good that you have good qualities that people are, loving and seeing and, snatching you up. But don't come over here thinking you're going to get a piece of this pie too. See, the only man good for me is the one I paid for. I need to get me a shirt made. The one I paid for. Yeah, mama, the one I paid for. I told my buddy yesterday, I said, listen here, I'm going to hire the escort service. I want to know all the, no, I'm going to hire the escort service.
As long as you can afford it, do it.
Yeah. Even my grandmother.
I'm a firm believer in do what you can afford. Yeah,
even my grandmother says that to me. She knows that's me. She always says that to me. She's like, well, you ain't even got to worry because you're going to hire him. You should see her, 74 years old, telling me, yeah, he going to hire him. For sometimes I be thinking that she be thinking she going to hire him. And I'm like, no, you ain't.
And she might be.
Right? She a Libra too. You a Libra, I'm a Libra, she a Libra. We all Libras. Listen here. Yeah. Nope. No, 2-minute break.
But sharing space with people is always complicated. And I don't mean just physical space.
Yeah.
I mean, if I allow you to get close enough to me to see what I'm doing, first of all, that's already too close.
Yeah.
But since I've extended you the courtesy of being this close, how you act while you're in this space is very important to me.
Yeah.
Because if you do something to hurt me while you are this close to me, not only are you hurting me, you're hurting what I was working on too. Because now I'm so distraught and hurt because you hurt me, I'm not going to be able to dedicate 100% to my craft anymore.
See, that's what I avoid. Because men will hurt you. Mama, men will hurt you.
For no reason.
Yeah, they will. They will.
And you might not know the day or the hour, but it will happen for no reason.
Mama, you know something was wrong with your daughter anytime I was 16 years old and people asking me, because I've never had a boyfriend. So at 16 years old, they asking me, why don't you have a boyfriend? And I said, why do I want a man that kisses me good morning over breakfast, leaves my house, meets someone for lunch, and doesn't come home for dinner? I've been saying that since I was 16 years old.
And the fact that you were able to internalize that trauma at 16 years old is very telling. Yeah.
It is, Mama. I know it is.
We're able to internalize the lesson in that at 16.
Yep. I was like, nope, not doing that. Every time I've ever tried to extend myself, it falls apart. It falls apart. It falls apart. And it's not me. And that's the thing. And I had to realize it. It's not me.
See, that's what I applaud. I don't want people can't stand those people that just automatically assume that they didn't do anything to contribute to a situation. Right. Well, I know me, so it couldn't have been me, but it might have. You just don't want to look for it.
Right.
You took the time to actually deep dive and figure out, is it me? Okay, no, it's not, because I checked.
Yeah. Usually it's this. Like that was the crazy thing. Getting men, like this is an illusion, trans illusionism. So this is an illusion. I'm getting men, oh, you're gonna wear your wig and your makeup and your earrings. And I'm like, I don't play like that. I don't play like that. I've never done that. I've never had a man that made me feel like I wanted to, although they all ask. And I'm like, this is my job. This is my job. I'm very much a man, a gay man. You know,
That's like asking somebody that works at McDonald's, well, when we fuck, can you put your uniform on?
right. Okay.
Why would I want
Thank
it to
you.
be? Why would I want to be reminded of work during my off time? I'm not going to do that.
Thank you. You put it the best. Nobody else has said it like you just said it. That's the point. This is my work attire. And I get
This is a uniform.
yes.
These are your work clothes.
Yes.
You don't do casual shit in your work clothes.
You do the casual shit naked, mama. Snatch the wig off.
You don't fuck up the work clothes because you got to put them back on to go to work. These men don't understand.
Listen. No, but you know what? It's not all their fault, because I'm gonna be honest. You got a lot of Black women who gotta get all like this before they can do the deed. Before they can get it.
I commend them. I can't.
Yeah, I can't either, mama. I can't either.
Hats off to you, honey. I can't.
Yeah, like all that, and you got to get all pretty and proper, and
you don't know true pain till you've had foundation and mascara run into your eyeball because you're sweating it off.
Right.
You don't know pure, unfiltered pain and suffering until that's happened to you.
The lessons just come right out of you. The lessons just
come. It's so sad that people think they have to do that. Like, I want somebody that sees the bare template.
Yes.
Because if you like the bare template, anything added on to that is an extension. But if you already see the top tier and then you see the bare template, you go, well, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this?
Exactly. And they did that.
And I can't even get mad at you for thinking that, because that is the way that I presented it to you.
Right. Absolutely. So then my thing.
So I can't even fault you for thinking that.
And I just tell myself, oh, they're in love with the illusion, and I move on.
And you're allowed to be illusion. That was the first thing you saw.
Yep.
But just know there's so much more to the illusion.
Yeah. So I had a celebrity psychic say that, don't be afraid to show people the succulent nature of who you really are, truly are. And I did that when I first started doing these interviews. I had a young, he's my baby's from Philadelphia, but he lives in LA because he's in adult entertainment. And I took him to a Caribbean spot. I think you might have seen that one. I took him to a Caribbean spot and I had my hat on backwards like I always do. That's how I always go out. People writing me, who is that? And I said, and get it, I couldn't get mad. I said, baby, that's me. And then I realized they're not used to seeing me. You know, and I said, okay. So I let them know, baby, that's me. Outside of a wig and a dress and some lipstick and stuff, that's how I look.
And I can give you that advice with the knowledge that this is how you do things nowadays, because I'm going to tell you right now.
Yeah.
All of this here is welded on until this camera is off and nobody else can see me outside of this house.
Right.
We do not bring costumeless Cyndi Ambivalent to the dancery. We don't do that. We don't bring her to the dancery. She's not allowed here. She can't even get in.
Oh my God.
I'm old fashioned. However you saw me the first time is how you're gonna see me for the rest of your days.
Hey, it is what it is.
There was a time where I slept with a full face of makeup. Well, what if my house catch on fire and they send one of them big handsome firemen up here to come get me?
Mama, you a Libra.
You know that this is an older woman's house. You go upstairs and it's a grown ass man laying in this damn bed. You're not gonna help me. You're not gonna help me. Gotta stay covered up. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready.
Right. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. No, but You know what's so funny? Like I always, even when I'm outside of this, the spirit is always there. Like I do my mentoring calls out of a face of makeup and out of a wig. I come up with my house robe on and I go to the store in my house robe, you know? And it's so funny because I've had people say to me like, oh my God, you really came out the house in your house robe and your slippers. And I'm like, baby, if you knew what I did for a living, you would respect the fact that I am not dressed up right now. And then they go, what do you do for a living? And I just pick up the phone. I am the Queen of Shade on YouTube. I'm on Instagram. And then they're like, oh my God, that's you. Yes, that's me. That's what I do. I'm always in a dress and makeup and hair. And so now they're like, oh, okay, it's good to see you because now we know what you do because we follow you now.
And it gets tiring. It's like you
Mm-hmm.
forget what regular clothes feel like.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing, Mama. Like I have my grandmother, one thing about her, I will say in 14 years, I have 1, 2, 3, they're all over there. I have about 4 pair of sweatpants that I rotate. But over there, oh God, this room is so full of stuff. I can't wait to move out of here because I'm taking it all with me, but it's too much. Over there, I got all kinds of Adidas sweat clothes and name brand sneakers. And once I started doing this, that I was like, listen, I ain't doing all that too. I ain't doing all that
I'm
too.
not gonna only wear expensive shit. That's gonna drive me
Yeah,
bananas.
yeah, no. I said, I'm not even getting dressed. I'm wearing these sweatpants and these good old SpongeBob slippers. And I'm going wherever I got to go. It's the wintertime and I leave out of here in my SpongeBob slippers. I don't even play. No, I don't even play. You
Now,
know?
when the situation calls for it, you have the resources to get all dressed up.
Yeah. But this calls more to me because I'm doing this every day, you know?
Exactly. And I still like to buy nice clothes. I just might not wear them all.
Exactly.
Hmm.
We all like to feel sexy from time to time. But I'm not gonna lie, I feel sexier when I wear something real sexy. Like when I wear something like cause get this, even for this character, I bought bras, I bought negligees, I bought all of that. So I have like beautiful bras that I don't put on, and I'm just, I don't like I gotta find the right overlay because I just don't want to come in a bra to the camera. I used to. I got class now. I got
You've
class.
rebranded. You've
Yeah, there you
rebranded.
go. There you go. I've rebranded. So I don't, yeah, that's why I put something over this because I was like, I just don't want to have all my stuff hanging out. So, Mama, if you could give us 3 words that inspire you, what would they be?
3 words that inspire me.
Yeah.
Let's see. Never stop doing. No
Mm.
matter what it is you're doing in your life, never stop doing.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be good, bad, or indifferent. You
Yeah.
stop doing the good, you'll miss your blessings. You
Yeah.
stop doing the bad, you'll miss a lesson. And if you stop doing the indifferent, you'll miss an experience.
Yes.
No matter what you're doing in life, unless you are harming other people with it or yourself, or you don't have the means to go on, and even if you don't have the means to, find them.
Yeah.
They'll find.
Yeah.
Don't stop doing what you're doing.
Yeah. Oh my God.
There is a lesson in everything that can be done on this planet, as
Yeah.
long as you're prepared to receive it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything on this planet has a lesson, as long as you're ready to receive it.
Wow.
And as long as you have the willingness to learn and the guidance of the divine to do so, because my mother used to tell me, and I think I told you this as well, that you have to take God with you everywhere you go. And where you can't take him, don't go.
Don't go. Mm-hmm. You told me that. Yep.
That's important. And I hold on to that. Even though my religious beliefs have shifted over the years, I still am a firm believer in Jesus
Mm-hmm.
and all that he does, all that
Mm-hmm.
he is.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't never let me down yet. And I don't believe he's going to start.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Thank you so much, Mom. We had just a normal conversation. First interview in 6 years. First
The
interview.
half.
Wow.
6 years and 6 months. They was not coming for me.
Wow. Thank you so much for doing this for me. Coming out of hiding.
Came out of the crypt just for you.
You ain't in no crypt. My mama ain't crypt. My mama ain't no crypt. You ain't no night walker.
Not anymore.
Oh God, I love you, Mama. Let me get ready for my next one. So, ladies and gentlemen, you have heard the vocal stylings of Miss Madame Cyndi Ambivalent. Thank you, Mom.
You're welcome, darling.
Don't go away.